What if one of America's quietest alliances is also one of its most important, and it sits right where Southeast Asia's power games collide? Welcome to the US-Thailand alliance. Less tour guide, more strategic bodyguard. By the end of this video, you'll know why Washington keeps Bangkok on speed dial, and why that matters for everyone from Tokyo to Phnom Penh. Fact number 1. A treaty that still hits different, signed in 1954 under the Manila Pact, Thailand isn't just a friend, it's a treaty ally. Think friendship bracelet, but instead of glitter, it's logistics hubs, fighter jets, and real commitments. Old paper? Sure. But here's how it still pays off in 2025. Fact number 2. Cold War cred, receipts included. Thailand let the US fly from Thai bases in the Vietnam War and sent troops to Korea and Vietnam. That's not likes your post, that's hands you the car keys. And the tradition didn't end with bell-bottoms. Wait till you hear about Asia's biggest training event. Fact number 3. Cobra Gold, Asia's military Super Bowl. Every year, Thailand co-hosts Cobra Gold, a massive US-led exercise. Amphibious assaults, jungle warfare, cyber defense, counter-drone ops, 3,000 plus US troops, plus allies from Japan, Korea, Singapore, and more. Drills are cool, air power is cooler. Let's talk jets. Fact number 4. The jet stack, F-16s and Gripens. Thailand's Air Force fields American F-16s and Swedish JS-39 Gripens, fast, networked, and very noticed by the neighbors. When these launch, everyone checks their radar, twice. But hardware only matters if you're in the right place on the map. Fact number 5. Location. Malacca, Thailand sits near the Strait of Malacca, a choke point for global trade. Access, overflight, logistics. Thailand is the Indo-Pacific pit stop the US wants open 24/7. And right next door? A border that proves maps can be louder than missiles. Fact number 6. The landmine legacy and the map fight. Now let's talk about the borderland between Thailand and Cambodia. A place where history, war debris, and politics collide like a bad car crash in slow motion. First, the landmines. Thousands of them still litter the countryside, leftovers from decades of Cambodian civil war and conflicts spilling into border zones. Every year, soldiers and unlucky villagers lose lives or limbs. That's not just tragic, it's a ticking time bomb under any peace process. The mines don't respect today's boundaries, they sit in disputed ground, ensuring that even routine patrols can end in blood. But here's where things get even more explosive: the map fight. Cambodia points to the 1/200,000 scale map, created during the colonial era and internationally recognized by the UN and the International Court of Justice. This is the legal baseline everyone outside Thailand accepts. Thailand, however, insists on using its own 1/500,000 scale map, a domestic product not internationally verified and far less precise. By favoring this oversized, blurry version, Bangkok effectively redraws the boundary lines in its favor. And when Thai troops cross into those new lines, Cambodia calls it what it sees: an invasion. The world watches closely here. At the UN, Thailand's argument doesn't just look weak, it looks like faking the facts, presenting an internal map as if it trumps international law. For many, that undercuts Thailand's credibility. Because if the rules of the game are maps everyone agreed on decades ago, how can one side suddenly change the scale and say, actually, this is ours? Intonation here. It would be like showing up to a soccer match with your own goalposts, and then moving them closer so scoring is easier. Everyone else sees the trick. And this isn't just cartography drama, it's geopolitics. Cambodia is smaller, poorer, and has fewer people than Thailand. For Phnom Penh to launch an invasion of its far richer, better armed neighbor is practically unthinkable. Which raises the question, who's really crossing into whose backyard? The map-scale dispute isn't just academic, it determines who controls land around sensitive flashpoints like Priyavihir Temple, where skirmishes have erupted in the past. The more Thailand leans on its 1/500,000 map, the more it looks like it's rewriting reality, and the more the UN and world opinion tilt toward Cambodia's side. Bottom line? The landmines prove the border remains deadly, but the maps prove something deeper. When history and law say one thing, and politics says another, credibility is on the line. And right now, the international stage is calling Thailand out. And speaking of being called out, there's another neighbor making waves, this time not with mines or maps, but with military docks built for a superpower. Fact number 7, Cambodia's Ream Base Anamp, the China factor. China's growing footprint at Ream Naval Base in Cambodia gives Beijing a window into the Gulf of Thailand. Not great if you're the US betting on open seas. Thailand's value goes up when China's docks get closer. But alliances aren't just where you stand, they're where you've stood together. Fact number 8, shoulder to shoulder, decade after decade, from Korea to Vietnam to today's multilateral ops, Thailand keeps showing up. That reliability is gold in a region where it's complicated is practically a foreign policy. Reliability's nice. Capability wins fights. How do you keep it sharp? Fact number 9, training for tomorrow's wars. Cobra Gold and US-Thai programs focus on cyber defense, counter-drone tactics, ISR, HADAR, the stuff modern crises are made of. It's not just tanks and ships, it's networks, sensors, and speed. So what does all this add up to in the Indo-Pacific scoreboard? Fact number 10, balance of power without the drama, hopefully. The US-Thailand alliance helps steady Southeast Asia's center of gravity, deterring coercion, keeping trade flowing, and lowering the odds that a border flare-up or a bad map becomes a shooting war. Thailand is the quiet hinge on a very loud door. So the next time you hear US allies in Asia, don't just picture carriers near Japan. Remember Thailand, the low-key linchpin near Malacca, China's new docks, and a border where a map and a mine can decide the news cycle. If this deep dive hit different, smash that like an afterburner, subscribe for more sharp takes, and drop a comment. Should the region adopt one binding map standard for borders, yes or no, and why?